We've lost a lot of people. Like, this is an actual serial killer. And I'm in love with him. I don't know if I will ever rate a novella 5 stars. This doesn't fit with the rest of the book. Good morning. So we are starting a new reading vlog today, and it is going to be a reading vlog where we are just reading romance books leading up to Valentine's Day, obviously. I've done this video in previous years and I've always enjoyed it because especially like getting in the lovey-dovey spirit is always fun. I've had a few different romance books that I've been setting aside to do this video specifically, and they're ones I'm actually really excited to read. The first one that we are going to go ahead and read in today's video is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This came out last year in hardcover, but I've been waiting for it to come out in paper because all the other books I have by this author are in paper. I am only just now getting around to this book. I understand that there is a lot of mixed reviews on this particular one by her, but I don't care. I love her writing so much. She always makes me feel something, which I deeply appreciate when I read her romance books, because a lot of romance books sometimes feel like they're like all the same, you know, copy paste and not very realistic to like what would actually happen in real life. Like, obviously it's fiction. Obviously I know that. Does that stop me from still finding book boyfriends and falling in love with my characters? No, it does not. However, in this case, when it comes to romance, I feel like it's very easy to kind of get cringed or icked out by certain things. One of the things I love about Abby Jimenez's writing is it's always very emotional, packs a punch, makes me feel something. But this is following our two characters. It is set, I think, in the same world as Just for the Summer, like that whole universe. It is about a vet named Xavier and a girl named Samantha, but Samantha is forced to move away to deal with her family. Like, there's something going on with her family. I know that's going to be the emotional part of the story. I'm very excited. I feel like this one has a lot of potential. I am on my way to work, so obviously I'm not reading at the moment, but later tonight I'm hoping to start that book after I finish the other book I'm currently reading and start giving some updates on that. But yeah, we're just gonna go along for about a week probably leading up to Valentine's Day, and I will share all my romance books with you guys. It is the next day. I did not read at all yesterday, but that is mainly because I was working and then packing and getting things settled before I leave for the weekend. I'm going to my parents' house. We're celebrating like a bunch of family birthdays this weekend, but I did want to update you guys on the audiobook that I will be listening to on my drive home. I'm planning on reading How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. It's brand new. It just came out this past week when I'm filming, at least. This book, I immediately wanted to read around Valentine's Day because it just screams like anti-Valentine's Day to me. It is following our main character who goes to one of those speed dating events. During this event, like, she's obviously sitting across from someone, talking, having a conversation, getting to know him, and the light cuts out, and when the light comes back on, her date had his throat slit and there's other bodies. A bunch of speed daters have to come together to figure out who the murderer is and try to find the escape and try to get out. I don't know, it just sounds like so much fun, and I always love listening to mystery thrillers as audiobooks just because I think it just scratches that itch for me, I guess. I don't know, but I love listening to mystery thrillers as audio, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm hoping I can finish it within my drive to my parents' house, and then whenever I drive back home at the end of the weekend, I will share updates when I get to my parents' house. But first, we gotta get coffee. I do have Milo Murphy with me, as you can see. They are just being such good boys this morning. We got a little road trip ahead of us. I will update you guys. Oh, okay, I need coffee. We made it. So I'm like almost halfway done with How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates, and I am loving this book, especially the audiobook. Like, it's so good. Like I said, it's a bunch of like speed daters, so there's 10 guys, 10 girls. Our main character and her best friend are at this event. I'm obsessed with this book. It's so funny. It's definitely more comedic, which is what I was hoping for, but it definitely is thrilling. Like, this is like survival of the fittest is what's happening at the moment. Another thing I really like about the audio is that, like, while they're doing these dates, you have your female narrator, and then whenever the guy is like talking to her, like whenever they're having a conversation, there's a guy narrator who does the men on these dates, which I really love, because I feel like so many audiobooks, especially when they have dual POV and they have two narrators for the guy and the girl, I don't understand why they don't utilize them for conversations. Like, why does the girl have to like try to talk like a guy for her chapters, and then the guy has to try to talk like like the girl for his chapters. Like, why can't they both be utilized for conversation? And that's what I'm really loving about this one, is it's actually doing that. And I think it's making it kind of come to life a little bit more. Like, it feels more realistic, like these are real people talking. Our main character, she's obsessed with true crime and like horror movies. She's doing her thesis on scary movies. I think she's like a film major or something. So she has like these 10 rules for how to like survive a horror movie. Her and her best friend have it literally taped on their like bathroom wall. There's these two guys right now who she has made a connection with from this whole speed dating thing. And it's really interesting seeing like her connection with both of them, because it's very, very different. One is definitely more physical based attraction, but it's not like he's her usual type, which is interesting. And then the other guy is more like her normal type, and he's more like sweet, down to earth. So I'm really curious where this is gonna go. I have lots of predictions on who the serial killer is, because so far we're down to like 8 people still surviving out of, I think it was 20, but plus they had the bartenders and like the people working the event are all also included in that total. We've lost a lot of people. Like, this is an actual serial killer, and they leave like a calling card of like rose petals. So it's just like I think this is just such a fun audiobook for anybody who wants not your typical romance around Valentine's Day. If you want like a slasher film, I definitely think you should read or listen to this, because it's so good. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We made it to my parents' house, so we're gonna go inside and hang out, and I'm gonna finally start Say You'll Remember Me. We need to go in. Oh my gosh, both of you, you're so thirsty. Okay, bye. I'm finally back home from spending the weekend with my family. We celebrated a bunch of birthdays, so I didn't get a ton of reading done, but I did finish the audiobook that I had started on my car ride home. On my car ride back, I was able to complete that. I thoroughly enjoyed this audiobook. It was so much fun. Honestly, I think it's the perfect mystery, like slasher rom-com to read around Valentine's Day. But what I really, really liked about it was that throughout the whole story, you have your main character. She has her best friend there, so you get to see that friendship and relationship. You also get to see her potentially find some guys that she is attracted to, and like they could potentially have a future. And then you also get to see her just trying to survive with this whirlwind of things that are happening. It is on the more predictable side. Like, there's some things that I predicted right away and it was not a surprise, but I feel like that did not take away from my overall experience. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I just had such a fun time with it, and I think this was a good way to balance out some of the more cheesy romance books that I'm planning on reading. And it does have romance in it, so like it's definitely a mystery thriller. It's more of like a slasher movie than anything with romance in it, and it did have some like background noise things happening. Like, if someone screamed, there'd be like scream in the back. And now I am currently reading Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I'm a little over 100 pages in, and I am very much enjoying this book. Our characters are dealing with very real things. Our main character, she has to move back to California from Minnesota, so cross country, to be with her family because her mom has early onset dementia and she has forgotten her. It's very sad and hard to read about, especially when you see her trying to communicate with her mother, who just does not remember her. And then we also have our male main character who has his own vet clinic, like practice in Minnesota, and he really does not have time to, you know, do a long distance relationship, but he has been making the effort, and he's like come and visited her in California, and they both want to deny their chemistry, but at the same time it's like, how can we deny this chemistry? Realistically, this shouldn't work, but it feels like it has to work. Our main character, she has a really great sense of humor about everything, and she's helping lighten up these very sad and depressing moments, even though she's also obviously dealing and struggling with everything happening with her mother. It gets into like the nitty-gritty details of that, like what happens when a person who has dementia or Alzheimer's forgets everything, or even like basic like safety things. They are a danger to themselves and to others. So what do you have to do day to day? Putting locks on doors, constantly being there 24/7. There's just all these things that I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily think about, even though obviously this is what you have to do. It's very, very sad, obviously, but I am really enjoying the romance, and I feel like it's just deeper. It's more meaningful, especially the fact that they have to put in this time and like effort towards each other. It's definitely like that if he wanted to, he would. I think our male main character is a prime example of that. Also, just started watching the new Bridgerton season. I am hooked. Bridgerton is like candy. I can't not watch it. I made myself a coffee this morning, but I ran out of heavy whipping cream, so I wasn't able to make my cold foam. So that was very upsetting, and I only realized that after I'd already poured and created the coffee. It's fine. I'm fine. See you guys later tonight. I am obsessed with Xavier in this book. He is just so caring and so attentive. He's such a good listener. He's just such a good guy, and I'm in love with him. He's very quiet and reserved, but you can tell like when he's quiet and reserved, he doesn't just say things just to say things. He likes to listen, take those things into account with the decisions he makes. He listens to every single thing she says, and he remembers it, and he takes on like this caretaker role with her, and I just love him so much. And just the yearning in this book is so good. Hello. Milo just jumped on Murphy, and Murphy's laying on me, so therefore he just jumped on me. And like the things that are keeping them apart are such legit reasons to not be together, to not think that this can work out. It's like right person, wrong time. They're just so good together. I'm really curious how they're gonna fix things or how they're gonna figure things out, because at the moment it's not looking good. The odds are stacked against them. That's our update. I'm a little over halfway now. I'm gonna try to read another good chunk tonight, or finish it tonight. If I just binge read the rest of this book, that is also possible. It is the next morning. I am so close to finishing this book. It's like heartbreaking, their story. I've teared up multiple times, especially with everything happening with our main character, her and her mom. Her family dynamic is so complex, and there's just so much happening with each individual family member, and it's just crazy how they're all trying to band together to help their mom, which is, it's beautiful, but also like it's so heartbreaking to watch because they've all had to sacrifice so much just to provide the support and care that their mom needs. And we're getting to the point where like everything is going wrong. I'm nervous. I'm really scared for our characters because they are like making me believe in love, the effort to see each other, the things that they're willing to give up, and the things that they're willing to work harder at just to make time to see each other. It's just so beautiful. I love them so much, and I'm just like heartbroken for them. Something's gotta give. I just don't know how they're gonna come back from all of this or how they're gonna resolve all of this. And then today's actually the release date of Ali Hazelwood's new novella. I'm planning on getting that at the bookstore today, and that will be my next read because I'm so excited for it. And it's just a novella, so it's shorter. I think it's less than 200 pages. It'll be a quicker read, but I've been craving Ali Hazelwood, especially after reading Abby Jimenez. I'm like reading all my favorite romance authors in this video, so like it feels really good. It feels like I'm coming back to my roots a little bit. The way that Abby Jimenez just totally showed the timeline of when she was writing this book. Like, do you guys remember when everyone was asking like their significant other, if I was a worm, would you still love me? She literally threw that in here. This is just, I'm sorry, this doesn't spoil things. You guys already know their situation, but this quote is just so real. It says, I just wanted us to be a boring, regular old couple who napped and folded laundry together, who argued about whose turn it was to take out the trash. I wanted the luxury of mundane cohabitation. I wanted to get sick of him. So I just finished. This book was so good. I don't know why so many people had negative reviews on it. I definitely think it was her saddest book that she has written. It was so beautiful. I loved the love story. I felt like it gave you a glimpse into something very real. Everyone was so well developed, like all of the side characters, like her family members, his co-workers, and it created this bigger picture. I think it's gonna be 4.5. It's not gonna be a 5-star read for me, but it was so good. I've read 5 books by her. I'm really curious what my ranking would be because I've loved every single book that she's written. We will be buying Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. So excited to read that novella. I think it'll be a fun little quick easy romance, and I just love her characters so much. They're always so quirky. I will see you guys later. I have book club tonight. It's gonna be late when I get home. Hey, so guess what, guys? I didn't film anything last night. I got home from book club at like 9-ish, so it was really late, and I had worked all day, so like I had no time whatsoever to myself. And so as soon as I got home, I literally got in my PJs, laid in bed, and I binge read Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. So this is her new novella that just released yesterday. The time I'm filming this, it was yesterday, and I didn't film any of it because I just was not in the mood to do anything but sit and read. I need to share like what it's about, because you guys, I didn't even explain what this book is about. It is about 2 video gamers who work for 2 different video game design companies. So there's this huge project that comes up. The team in charge of this project is wanting to use both of these two video game design companies because they both have strengths and weaknesses and they want to bring them together. However, these two companies are rivals and do not like each other. There's a lot of bad history amongst all the workers of these two teams. Our main character, Viola, she works at one, and Jessie works at the other one. This big company says you guys need to do some team building, so you're gonna go to this wintry cabin and do some team building exercises and games and stuff. Our two main characters, they have a little bit of history with each other. They have met at previous conventions and conferences. Viola is always friendly to Jessie, but Jessie is never friendly to Viola, and she doesn't know why. And so this is kind of a chance for her to air out the past, figure out why he doesn't like her, and try to move forward. Like I said, it's a novella, so it's less than 200 pages. Like it's 170 something pages. So it's very, very short. It didn't feel like there was a whole lot happening besides them being at this winter cabin, all of them together. And a lot, like a good majority of this book was just her trying to figure out why he doesn't like her. And it felt like we weren't really focusing on like the video games, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like it's too short to focus on all of that, but I just wish I had more book. I really, really enjoyed it. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. Her characters are always so unique and quirky. I know a lot of people say it's like the same book, just slightly different font. I don't care. I eat it up every time. And I was so excited to read this, and I did really love it. It does have some spicy scenes, especially like in the second half of the book. So if you don't like spicier romances, then this is probably not for you. But it didn't necessarily bother me. I feel like I'm used to her writing and the way she does her spice scenes. I don't know if I will ever rate a novella 5 stars, just because I want more time with my characters. I want to fully develop them, and I want to have that time with them and their story. We're gonna settle on a 4 star. The next book that we are gonna be moving on to in this video is Pictures of You by Emma Gray. This is actually one of the 26 books that I want to read this year. This is kind of like a second chance romance. Our main character, she ends up in a car accident with her husband. Her husband passes. She survives after being in a coma, and she wakes up from this coma with severe memory loss. She doesn't remember her husband. The only memories she has are up until high school, and so she doesn't remember anything after she graduated. Her best friend from high school, he comes and he helps her try to put the pieces back together. I'm very, very excited. I always love books where the main character has memory loss for some reason. I don't know. For some reason, I eat it up every time. I think it's just like the mystery behind it and trying to put the pieces back together. Trying to see if like they're gonna have that aha moment where they all of a sudden remember everything. I know it's probably gonna be emotional, but that's okay. It's less than 400 pages. We're gonna start this one today, and I will try to keep you guys updated as I read this one. Hello. It is a few days later. I am a decent chunk into Pictures of You. This past week has just been really, really busy with work especially, so I haven't really had a lot of time to sit and read, so it's been taking me a while to actually get through this one. From what I have been reading, I have been enjoying this. What I really like about the writing is it starts with like the present timeline, and then it'll go back in time to like the years that she lost, like the memories she lost. So us as readers, we are getting the full picture of like everything that happened to her through her life that led to like where she ended up with her husband. But she is not getting any memories back. She's gotten like a few glimpses of memory, but that's pretty much it. So we know more than she does. Let me just say, it's pretty juicy. There's a lot of things that actually happened in her past that she forgot, and clearly her brain is trying to protect her because there's a lot of serious stuff. Drew has been like helping her slowly work through things. He's trying to help reunite her with people from her past to help her feel more safe and comfortable, and clearly like his feelings are still there. I'm very excited and intrigued to see what happened, like what led up to this car accident, and if there's any other juicy secrets that happened. We're gonna crank it out, finish it today. I'm gonna go get some coffee to help motivate myself. Let's go get some coffee. I just finished Pictures of You literally 30 seconds ago. I have many thoughts and feelings on this book. I already kind of told what it's about and like the writing style. Overall, I feel like especially with the ending is where I'm like, this doesn't fit with the rest of the book. There's a lot of secrets that get uncovered and sorted through, and missing pieces of the puzzle that like finally all come together at the very, very end. But I feel like we had this like huge breakthrough, and then it almost left you on like a ... You know things will eventually be okay, but you don't get to see any of it. That's the part that's kind of bothering me. It's already a longer book, like it's over 400 pages, but I honestly feel like we needed another chunk of book. I don't know. I'm very just uncertain of where my thoughts are landing with this book. I think I might have to sit with it for a little bit, especially with that ending, because you get so much information all at once. Now that we are done with that one, we are going to read one more book for today's video. Even though I've already whipped through so many, I'm really wanting to get to this one and I really want to be able to share my thoughts on it. So we're going to include it anyways, even though I've already been doing this vlog for way too long. And that is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is her newest release and I'm so excited. I have heard nothing but good things about this book. So many people have given it 5 stars that yes, I'm a little intimidated going into it knowing that information, but I'm just so excited because I feel like this is a potential 5-star for me. All I know, which is pretty much nothing, is it is about astronauts and it's a love story. That's literally all I know, and I kind of want to go in blind with only that information. I'm going to try to get a good chunk into this one today. I will be back a little bit later with more updates. Hello guys. It is the next morning. I actually didn't read much last night. I read 20 pages before I fell asleep last night. In this story, you are following Joan, who works for NASA. She has been an astronaut. She's been up in space and everything. And in the present timeline, she is back at like the home base and she is like the mission control speaker. So she is talking to the astronauts who are currently on a mission in space. Then you're also flipping over to another character's perspective. So you're flipping over to Vanessa's perspective, who is one of the astronauts who is up in space during this mission that's happening. Our first chapter, you are following along with this mission. Everything is going smoothly, and then all of a sudden something goes wrong. And so it turns into this very high stakes situation very quickly. Then after that, it flips to 7 years in the past. So now we are in the past chapters and we're following Joan and we're learning how she came to be part of NASA. And I'm assuming we're going to learn about the training involved with becoming an astronaut and getting to see her probably go on her own mission and all of that kind of stuff. I am so curious where this book is going to go. I can firmly say that already I'm loving the writing style. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing in general. It has already hooked me. I'm so excited to get back to our present timeline because this thing that's happening is crazy. Plans for today. I have work today. I'm planning on doing a little editing this morning before I leave. And then when I get back tonight, I'm gonna lock in. Guys, I'm halfway. At the beginning, in our present timeline, our group of astronauts that are on a mission, something goes wrong. And so then it turns into this really high risk situation. And like at first, like you don't know these characters. You haven't learned anything about them. You just know their names and like that's it. But then you go back in the past and you learn how each of them became friends, how they became connected to each other through the NASA program. And it's just heartbreaking when you go back to the present timeline because now you know who those people are and you're terrified for them. You're heartbroken for them. I'm halfway through and I'm so invested in these characters and I love seeing it through Joan's lens. That's our update for now. Right now, my car's windshield is getting fixed. I am here for another few hours before I have to go to work, so I have nothing to do but read. Potentially finish tonight? I don't know.